Today we're going over our reading strategies for this week. The first thing we see is make predictions. This is our comprehension strategy. We're going to use those story clues to determine what happens next. We're going to see if that prediction's right, and then we're going to either confirm it, check it, and then we're going to change it if it's not right. So, for example, maybe in the story we read yesterday, you predicted that Dot was going to bring his family to America. Here was the clue, right? Cheer up, my little loves. Why, in no time at all, you'll be joining me. Well, a year later, Dot saved enough money to send his family, so you know your prediction is correct. We'll work on those predictions more this week, especially with our story that we're going to read tomorrow. Our comprehension skill this week is theme. The theme of a story is what is the author's message. Think about what the characters are doing, what they're saying. These key details are going to help us figure out what the theme is. For example, in Sailing to America, we had all these different details that add up to our theme. One key detail was that it was Mama and Da's dream to live in America, and Pa went first. Then Nora tells Danny that America will be the land of their dreams. Then we had that Danny, you could use the detail that Nora and Danny made it to the United States. They saw the Statue of Liberty. And then the theme would be that people move to find new and better places to live, right? So the theme's kind of that overarching idea, and these details are what leads up to it. This week, our genre is our historical fiction. Sailing to America is historical fiction. That means it's a made-up story that takes place in the past. And a lot of those pictures help us show historical details. For example, we know that it was the year 1895, and we can see this lamp that shows us how people would have lived. They wouldn't have switched on a light switch. They would use this lamp for light when it's dark outside. And finally, this week we'll talk about similes. Similes compare two very different things, and they use the words like or as. So, the waves were as big as mountains. That's a simile. The waves weren't actually mountains, they're water. Mountains are not made out of water. But it means that those waves look huge and tall like a mountain. So that's our simile. We've already done an IXL assignment in the past on similes, so we're not going to do one on similes today, but we are going to do one on historical fiction. So go into your Google Classroom, and the second link that you see is going to take you here. Remember when we have these 3 dots there, or 4 dots here, it means that our next 4 questions are all going to be about this story, so listen carefully. All right? It says read the first part of the story, the rocket. I like to see what I'm looking for as I read. I'm looking for what is it like where Linda and her family have stopped for the night. My dad drove for hours down the coast of Florida, mostly in the dark. It was way past my bedtime when we arrived, but neither of my parents seemed to care. We parked next to dozens of other cars and got out. Look, Linda, my mom said. So, do I need to read any more? What was it like where Linda and her family have stopped for the night? No, but I could if I wanted. I turned to see where she was pointing. Apollo 11 was across the water a few miles away. My parents had shown me pictures of the rocket in the newspaper, but it gave me chills to see it in person. It stood silent and still, lit up with enormous lights. I couldn't believe that tomorrow morning, on July 16th, 1969, it would take 3 men to the moon for the first time. All around us, people were talking, laughing, and sharing food. I felt like I was at a big party with people I had just met. I wanted to stay up forever. So what was it like there? 1, it was hot and loud. 2, it was calm and relaxing. 3, it's fun and full of excitement. Or 4, it is dark and a little scary. What do you think? I see people talking, laughing, sharing food, big party, hot and loud. No. Calm and relaxing? No. Ooh, fun and full of excitement. Yeah. Awesome. So this is continuing with that same story. The next morning, I woke up and climbed out of the car. All right? Make sure you're working really hard on this. You're working for at least 30 minutes or to a SMART score of 80. That's how you'll earn your A for the day. Please make sure you're checking Google Classroom to make sure I have your name on there, that I received your IXL work. If I didn't, make sure you send me a message on Go Guardian so we can get it figured out.